lura fl-istudio miegħi ngħaqad Richard Koller. I thank you for accepting this invitation. Richard fil-fatt huwa uffiċjal għoli fil-komunità Transgender Europe u fl-istudio wkoll Reb Xiberras, persuna li magħna taqsam l-esperjenza tagħha tista' tgħidlek ta' minn xi għaddiet minnha u bid-deċiżjonijiet li kellna l-bieraħ, id-deċiżjoni tal-Kabinet li kellna l-bieraħ. So Richard, you are here in Malta at the moment to discuss the conference you had also yesterday regarding rights that should be given to the community of LGBTIQ. So maybe from yesterday's conference, what conclusions were made? So were there also any step forward?
I think, first of all, it is very important to point out that Malta is the very first country that has the presidency of the EU and that has taken the initiative to have such a high-level conference dedicated to LGBTI issues. This is very important and very encouraging. And yesterday's exchange between ministers, between experts, between LGBTI people themselves showed very clearly that there is still a very strong commitment for LGBTI people, and particularly in my field of work for trans people in Europe. And we see the leadership that Malta has taken is also inspiring others, and I could say that is a very interesting and very encouraging outcome of yesterday, that we see that there is this kind of leadership in Europe and that we see that other countries are inspired to follow.
Mm-hmm. So do you see Malta as a role model to other countries?
Absolutely. We have just published a best practice catalogue where we put together the best examples of how to improve the lives of trans people in Europe and from examples from beyond. And Malta is actually featuring quite heavily because we have seen that there is a lot of interest in the situation of trans people and how to improve it. And that is very practical and giving a lot of inspiration for us.
Mela, Reb, bażikament inti persuna trans u xek, u għal żmien twil naħseb kien hemm proċess sakemm tiġi għal dan l-istadju, nimmaġina li xi tip ta' pressjoni jew anke bħala self-tot u hekk nimmaġina li kellek forsi tista' tiddeskrivilna aħjar l-esperjenza tiegħek minn meta.
Kun nisal. Bażikament meta
Mela kemm għandek żmien l-ewwel nett?
Jien għandi 21.
So.
Minn meta tkun niżgħar inti aħna mdorrijin f'dinja fejn naraw kollox binary, għandek iswed u abjad, raġel u mara. U s-soċjetà jisa tipprova tgħidlek biex tidħol f'waħda minn dawn il-kaxex u ssib lilek innifsek. Infatti ħafna nies hemm barra meta semmilhom trans ma mhumiex ħajaħsbu fin-nies li huma non-binary, anzi forsi jaħsbu fin-nies li jidentifikaw ma' raġel imma forsi twildu bil-ġeneru ta' ġeneru ta' mara.
So basically what she's saying is that when we were born,
I guess their pronoun is they.
which shows that there needs to be more education following the policies that are being introduced.
Yes. Basically, society tries to push you in one stage or another stage, like in a box or another box. But what she's saying that now with the new amendments that have been brought yesterday, the cabinet, the decision taken by the cabinet, forsi nitkellmu naqra anke dwar din id-deċiżjoni li tieħdet il-bieraħ.
Eżatt, id-deċiżjoni li ttieħdet il-bieraħ turi li n-nies li huma non-binary biex nuru non-binary x'inhi. Non-binary tfisser nies li ma jidentifikawx ma' raġel jew ma' mara imma huma nies li qegħdin in between jgħidulhom. Taħt non-binary għandek nies li huma gender fluid, nies li jisejħu lilhom infushom gender neutral. Jiġifieri mbagħad għandek dawn in-nies li ma jidentifikawx ma' raġel jew ma' mara u issa ħajjingħataw l-opportunità li fuq dokumenti uffiċjali bħal passaport u l-identity card li jimmarkaw X. Jiġifieri inti meta tirċievi invit, m'intix ħadd tirċievi MR jew MS, imma ħadd tirċievi MX li hija xi ħaġa li hija pożittiva ħafna hawnhekk li ġiet introduċuta hawnhekk hawn Malta għaliex qed nirrikonoxxu dawn in-nies u naħseb li hija qed tgħin wkoll għal public safety għal nies f'din il-komunità.
X'kienet l-ewwel reazzjoni tiegħek?
Kienet intlaqat ħafna pożittiva.
Ma tiegħek personali x'in smajta?
Personali ħassejtni kuntenta ħafna. Bħala ċittadini Maltin għandna nkunu kburin li mxejna f'dawn is-sentejn tlieta mxejna ħafna bħala drittijiet lejn il-komunità trans u LGBT in general u naħseb li ħassejtni li issa il-gvern qed jirrikonoxxi u qed jagħti importanza wkoll il-ġeneru tiegħi u nistgħu ngħaddu l-messaġġ hemm barra li tkun raġel mara iswed jew abjad jew tkun mill-liema pajjiż tkun inti tista' tgħix ma' nies oħra fis-soċjetà u at the end of the day we need to respect each other.
Il-fatt li se jkollok ex fuq l-ID card jew il-passaport tiegħek ittik iktar konfidenza lilek m'intix qed tħossok iktar stereotyped bażikament?
Dan huwa argument li iddiskutejtu ħafna kemm ma' nies li huma eterosessuali u cisgender u kemm ma' nies li huma parti mill-komunità LGBT. Naħseb li il-fatt li għandek MX tirrikonoxxi inti wkoll kif tħossok minn ġewwa. Importanti li sexual orientation u gender identity huma żewġ affarijiet totalment differenti. U rridu nibdew anke nagħmlu nisem barra li hemm differenza bejn dawn iż-żewġ affarijiet. Il-fatt li jiena ħajkolli X fuq l-identity card tiegħi tatini l-konfidenza wkoll li nies hemm barra l-ewwel ħaġa ħajkunu jafu xi tfisser, tieni ħaġa ħaj jirrikonoxxu jien kif iħossni minn ġewwa.
So basically, Richard, Identity Malta is working on the internal system to roll out the non-binary ex-gender passports and ID cards in the coming weeks. Does this exist in any other European countries, in EU countries?
Theoretically, it's possible, but practically, we only see it at the moment in Denmark, that it's possible that you have a passport where there is an X on your passport, and in some very selected cases also in Germany for intersex individuals, but that's very difficult to obtain.
So Malta is the only EU country that's going to...
Well, additionally to Denmark, at the moment, Malta would be the only one to have a full rollout policy on that, as far as I understand.
And your opinion on the matter?
I think it's a very encouraging step forward. The EU Fundamental Rights Agency and their research on the experiences of LGBTI people, we're also asking trans people how they identify. And the big majority, really the big majority of trans people said they don't identify within the gender binary. So even though I might want to be seen as male, but that still might mean that I would rather feel comfortable to say, well, you know, there are like differences between male and female.
So the person can choose what kind of...
So, of course, it's always about like the right to self-determination, that you can make your own decision. And as you just said in the beginning, these are just boxes, and we as human beings are much more complex than that. And we would definitely go forward and to investigate and to think about like why do we have gender registered in the first place? Because like the person knows themselves like who they are. We don't have to have that on a passport. Previously, we had your religion on a passport. You had the name of your parents on your birth certificate. All of that. You're wondering why should that be on a passport? Like it's a very private thing. Why would gender be on there?
How do you rate Malta's role when it comes to identify LGBTIQ?
We see that Malta is definitely a role model because what we understand is that here it is about looking into the situation of the people on the ground. So it's about real people and about the real issues. And we see very quick reactions and attempts to improve the situation. But not only to talk to LGBTI people, but we understand there's a lot of education going on. So, for instance, like this program this morning, to be able to reach out to people who would otherwise have never had contact with a trans person, for instance.
Reb, l-istigma ta' soċjetà għadha teżisti jew naqset xi ftit tul iż-żmien minn meta rajn iktar programmi ta' edukazzjoni rajna l-gvern jinvesti iktar f'dan is-settur jew kollox baqa' l-istess?
Le, li kollox baqa l-istess, żgur li mhijiex infatti l-implementation tal-policies u l-liġijiet ġodda ovvjament tgħin f'ħafna setturi il-fatt li għandek eżempju daħlet il-liġi tal-gender identity u sex characteristics tgħin ukoll eżempju li daħlu gender neutral bathrooms fil-ministeri kollha. Jiġifieri anke l-fatt li
taqbel magħha?
Naqbel magħha żgur anke jiġifieri wara din l-implementation tara li eżempju post bħall-Università ta' Malta li wkoll iffollowja dan il-pass u għandu gender neutral bathrooms ukoll. Il-fatt li inti ma tidentifikax ma' raġel jew ma' mara u biex tmur sempliċement tagħmel toilet u trid tagħżel box u hija wkoll xi ħaġa li rridu naħsbu dwar is-soċjetà u kemm aħna isna iffissati fuq it-tikketti u biex impoġġu lilna nfusna ġo kaxxa. Jiġifieri l-fatt li daħlu l-liġijiet tgħin ħafna rigward istigma. Ovvjament hemm bżonn ta' aktar edukazzjoni.
Temnu li l-toilets għandhom ikunu unisex qed nitmekkew?
Eżatt, din tista' ssir b'żewġ modi. Jew ikollok 3 stalls fejn ikollok tan-nisa tal-irġiel jew mbagħad ikollok ieħor fin-nofs. Inkella jkollok wieħed li ġost fil-verità hawnhekk hawn Malta għandna ħafna gender neutral bathrooms li qaqqas nafu li jgħidulhom gender neutral bathrooms ġost ikollhom miktub toilet jew ikollhom il-marka tat-toilet fuqha eżempju jew ikollok miktub all gender bathroom u tinkludi wkoll l-istol għal nies persuni b'diżabilità. Jiġifieri ħafna drabi infatti jiena meta ma nsibx gender neutral bathroom nidħol f'dak l-istol tad-diżabilità għax nemmen li f'dak il-bathroom m'hemmx gender bħal m'għandniex naraw gender li għandu jaffettwa l-soċjetà tagħna.
Imma l-fatt li tidħol f'toilet tad-diżabilità mhux aħjar kieku inti tħassejtek li tħalt f'toilet unisex nimmaġina?
Eżatt, il-fatt li jkun ikollu miktub.
Ovvjament mhux qed ngħidu li xejn ħażin li persuni b'abiltajiet differenti jkun dak it-toilet għax ikollhom bżonnijiet neċessarji, però inti maġġa m'għandek bżonn dawk bżonnijiet neċessarji.
Eżatt, il-fatt li jisek kultant tibda tgħid il-fatt li m'hemmx gender neutral bathroom u kollok tidħol f'dak l-istol tibda tgħid jisek you're reverting back to tara bħala disability meta fil-verità hemm xejn ħafna l qudiem.
Richard, could we talk more about that document, maybe the conclusions you've had about that report?
Well, we wrote the first edition of our Human Rights and Gender Identity Best Practice Catalog in 2011 because we felt there is a need to show the world there are very practical things you can do to improve the lives of trans people. However, now, 5 years later, we realize there's so much more happening. There are so many more activities, so many more initiatives that we really need to rework that catalog. And we came up with a 100-page document and really, really different and diverse spheres of life on like what you can practically do to improve the lives of trans people. It starts with laws, policies, but also very small initiatives in a way. Like my favorite example, so to say, is...
Could you mention some?
Yes. It might sound funny, but I mean, in Malta, a lot of people go swimming, right? And in a lot of other countries, we don't have like so many nice beaches, so we have to go to swimming pools. And swimming pools are then gender segregated. For a lot of trans people, like they have not been swimming for years and decades. So there are a lot of initiatives in cities like London or Berlin or in the Netherlands where there's like some public pool that has like some reserved hours where trans and intersex people, where genderqueer people can go swimming safely just amongst themselves. And that is for the first time, for a lot of people, the first time that they actually enter a public pool again. So that is, it might sound weird for someone who's not in that position, but it is very empowering and very important for trans people to be actually feeling part of society again.
Maybe some other recommendations that this document brings about.
I think the recommendation is to listen to the trans community. For instance, what they did in the Brighton and Hove Council. They did a consultation with the community. What are the issues that we're facing on the local level? What is it that you as trans people would want to see a solution? So we have to talk to the people directly, like Rab here. Like, what are the situations and what are your solutions and your recommendations? And I think that is like the encouraging outcome that we see. There are very diverse and very creative ways on how to do that.
Reb, wara dak li ġara l-biraħ, kollok tagħmel ringrazzjament, ma ringrazzjament li vera ġej minn qalbek għal dan il-passi li qed isiru passi maġlin meta kumparati ma' ftit ta' snin ilu, hekk ħares lura tul iż-żmien. Kont temmen li fi ftit snin nistgħu naslu sa dan il-progress?
Żgur li le. Naħseb il-fatt li ddaħlet is-Civil Union minn dak il-mument il-qoddim rajna lil Malta tipprogressa ħafna fejn jidħlu liġijiet. Ringrazzjament joħroġ l-ewwel ovvjament lill-Onorevoli Ministru Elena Dalli li meta marret konferenza tal-intersex hawn Malta indunat kemm aħna fil-verità qegħdin lura fejn jiġu drittijiet ta' LGBT minn dakinhar għamlet tal-aġenda tagħha li timxi l-qoddim u tipprogressa l-liġijiet. Ovvjament hemm nies oħra u waqdiet li jiġġieldu għal dawn id-drittijiet bħal Gender Liberation, ARC, MGRM, LGBTI Plus Gozo, waqdiet oħra li jgħinu biex dawn il-persuni jħossuhom safe u jkollna liġijiet li jagħtu drittijiet lil dawn il-persuni. U l-Kunsill konsultattiv li dejjem ħadem mal-Gvern biex nimxu l-qoddim.
So Richard, do you see Malta's role in the presidency as very high when it comes to this concept of LGBTIQ in Malta? In Malta and across Europe, obviously?
Well, as I said before, it's really encouraging to see that Malta has given LGBTI topics such a high profile in its presidency. That's unprecedented, so to say. We have never seen a presidency to give it such a high priority, and we are very, very happy about that.
Reb, l-aħħar kummenti konklusiv minn ħatijak?
L-aħħar komment huwa li issa ħatidħol il-liġi nies hemm barra li għandhom bżonn jingħataw l-edukazzjoni biex anke huma jifhmu x'jiġifieri tkun non-binary jew trans jew just parti mill-LGBT community u nimxu l-qoddim biex fl-aħħar tal-ġurnata nkunu soċjetà fejn kulħadd jirrispetta lil xulxin.
L-aħħar mistoqsija, iż-żwieġ bejn koppji gay, x'taħseb?
Żwieġ bejn koppji gay hija xi ħaġa li naħseb ħanneħħu t-titlu ta' Civil Union issa ħanimxu lejn il-gay marriage li at the end of the day hija xi ħaġa pożittiva ħafna ma narax għalfejn għandna npoġġu limitazzjoni bejn żewġ persuni li jħobbu lil xulxin fl-aħħar tal-ġurnata jridu joqgħdu ma' xulxin.